Hello my friends, welcome to another video, and this one is gonna be a very quick video because I have no interest in spending a lot of time in talking about this phone. This is the iPhone 10. It was released 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago, and this has to be one of those type of devices that everyone wants to buy, needs one, but unfortunately it doesn't measure up to all the expectations, if you want. At least not for me. It wasn't the case for me because this phone, although it promises to bring Apple's premium experience to the table, to me is a big disappointment. And talking about disappointments, the first one is the display. This is a Super AMOLED display, nothing wrong, although I'm not a big fan of AMOLED technology on smartphones. But my biggest problem with this phone is that hideous notch that you can see on top of the display, and that notch supposedly is covering another incredible feature that Apple invented, Face ID. Face ID, which works like trash, at least for me. That's why I don't use it anymore, because it's annoying how slow it is and how many steps you have to take to finally get to your home screen. For example, if you want, here's a device that also sports Face ID, but it doesn't take ages to get to the home screen. And this is, of course, the Huawei P20 Pro. This is my favorite device of 2018, and it has a lot in common with iPhone X, both in terms of technologies used inside, but Huawei's implementation is a lot better than Apple's implementation, and Face ID is one of them. Another feature, so-called feature of this device that everybody was praising was about the screen, and how this screen is without any borders. You see, it's edgeless. Really? Let's take a closer look upon those invisible edges on the iPhone 10. This is the white variant, by the way. As you can see, they are quite big. The bezels on the iPhone 10 are actually bigger than the bezels, the side bezels on the Huawei P20 Pro. And keep in mind that this one is in a case. Yes, it doesn't feature Touch ID, a big problem for me if you ask me, and that's why it doesn't have a bottom chin. But still, there are bezels, and they are pretty darn big for a supposedly no bezels or bezel-less display. This for me is false advertisement. Another thing that annoys me is the battery inside. You get a 2716 mAh battery inside, which according to Apple should give you the best battery life on the device. I almost make it with my type of use to a full day of usage. I will never, and never, I repeat this, get to 2 days of usage with the iPhone 10. Something that I constantly do with the P20 Pro, which sports a 4000 mAh battery inside. Again, I don't have Touch ID, which is a must-have feature for me, and this is a problem. Talking about the camera, I'm honestly not impressed with the cameras of the iPhone 10. I would say they are similar to the cameras of the Samsung Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus, but they are light years behind what Huawei is putting on their smartphones, or at least in their latest models such as the P20 Pro. Another thing that I don't like is the fact that the iPhone 10, although it does a great job in video recording, unfortunately the sound recorded is in mono. Just a couple of days ago, on their keynote, when they released the iPhone XS and XS Max, they finally decided to put stereo recording in videos. Great work, Apple. Great work. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is the choice of materials. I don't know why they gave up on aluminium and they decided to go with this stainless steel. It looks nice, don't get me wrong. It makes the device a bit, I don't know, shinier or whatever. But this is also a big problem if you don't wear a case, a protective case. Why? Because it slips out of your hand or your fingers, and you can see this right now live. My grip is the same and still the device is slipping through my fingers, and this is a big problem, especially if you don't like to have your phone with a protective case. And also this choice of stainless steel also makes the device very prone to scratches, and it looks really bad on the stainless steel frame. Also, if you drop your device, it's gonna cost you almost 500 euros to replace the screen on the iPhone X. Basically half the price of the device. And talking about the price, this device costs 1000 euros. And if you ask me, it's way too much, way too much compared to what's capable of I don't know, returning to you in terms of benefits. Another department that left me, I don't know, sour or sad if you want, is the audio quality in the loudspeakers. Everybody was saying that this device has great sound quality, it's one of the best with the stereo speakers and whatnot, and you know, all the marketing gimmicks and whatnot. Unfortunately, to me, at high levels, when listening to music or watching content on the device, I have a problem with the sound coming out from the loudspeakers. Mainly, it's very distorted when at the highest volume, and also I don't really like the stereo output. It sounds more like a mono output, if you ask me. And this is compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, or even the Huawei P20 Pro, which they all come with the same setup and also with Dolby Atmos, a thing that the iPhone X lacks. And another big gripe with this device, when you try to enjoy multimedia, to watch a movie, a video on YouTube or not, is this notch. Again, the notch, which is affecting the quality, which is grabbing from the screen, and it distracts the viewer from the content. It's very annoying. I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't have a problem because they got used very fast with the notch, and it's not a huge problem for them. Honestly, to all of those who are saying these things, I just want to say, go and check your eyes. Go to a doctor, because you obviously have a problem with your vision. You cannot say that you can't see the notch on the iPhone X because it's huge. It's there, it's in your face, you cannot miss it. Let me show you a video. Let me go to my YouTube channel and show you a video, and tell me that you're not seeing the notch. No, honestly, tell me that you can't see the notch. So you have everything right here, nice looking, all is well, but there is a small distraction right here that takes basically more than half of your upper display has turned like this. It's huge. It's huge, and you know who's using this phrase. So this is the regular mode to enjoy video on your device, but you don't get to use the whole 5.8 inches, and if you want to use them all, you're gonna get the notch. So please stop it with the fact that you cannot see the notch anymore after a couple of hours of usage and whatnot. This is total BS. In terms of performance, I have no issues with the phone. Everything runs well, though my biggest gripe with iOS, as always, is the fact that there is no dark mode, especially now when we have Super AMOLEDs on them. And also I have a problem with all the limitations imposed by Apple. The whole ecosystem feels too closed up, if you ask me, compared to Android, and that's why I still prefer Android to iOS. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with Apple. I use their devices. I own some devices from them, still own actually, because after their latest announcement a couple of days ago, I have decided not to purchase any Apple product anymore, basically because they are selling the same thing every year with some very incremental updates, but with higher price tags. Every year the prices get higher, but the lack of innovation, the lack of I don't know, features that attract you to buy the device, to use the device, features that help you in a lot of ways, that lack is becoming more and more aggravating, at least to me, as a tech consumer, a tech passionate, and if you want, from a sided point of view, as an engineer. Unfortunately, for 1,000 euros in this configuration, because this 4GB variant, I cannot recommend this device. I consider that for 1,000 euros you can get some better deals in the Android world. I don't know, if you like high-end flagships, you can get a S9 Plus even cheaper than 1,000 euros. The Note 9 Huawei devices, Sony Exit 3 that just came on the market. I don't know, HTC, whatever is your cup of tea. Better options with much more functionality, much more features, better implemented technologies. Although they were first introduced on the iPhone, for example, Face ID, which, as I said, on the Huawei P20 Pro works a lot better than on the iPhone X. Basically, I unlock my device in an instant. I couldn't say the same about the iPhone X. That's why I deactivated Face ID, because it simply annoys me to use it. I cannot recommend this device for that price tag. It's too much, as I said, and you are a lot better with other devices running on Android. Too bad. I was a big Apple fan a couple of years ago. I really loved the iPhone 7 Plus, for example, which came to the market with some innovation. But since then, nothing new under the sun, and unfortunately, their latest announcement with their latest iPhones didn't bring too much joy, at least to me, but from what I've seen, to a lot of people also. Overly priced device is not a bad device, don't get me wrong. But still, for that price tag, I'm not willing to spend 1,000 euros just to have this logo on the back. Honestly, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those YouTubers who need to have an Apple device in their pocket just for the show up. Unfortunately, it's not my cup of tea to be like this, and I'm not willing to pay that much money for what, at least for me, turned out to be a very unsatisfactory experience, if you want. Easy to use due to the platform. Too much restrictions or too many restrictions. The camera, in terms of photo quality, is good, but I've seen a lot better. A lot better. Video quality is great. 4K video recording is great with the video stabilization and the no time limit to record, but that's pretty much it. Poor battery life. I honestly don't like this device. This is the truth. Sorry if you Apple lovers or iPhone lovers don't like my point of view, but this is a real consumer's point of view, because I base my reviews on my usage, on my preferences, on my apps, on the things that I do every day, and unfortunately for me, this device cannot be a daily driver. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Until then, as always, be nice, be good, peace.